Hey guys, I'm back again. It's 36 degrees out here today. I'm out here for day 42. I apologize in advance for any of the wind that might come through. It is a little bit windy today. Today, I'm out here in the Adidas 510 Trailcross Mid, I think. I have to look it up. I was close. The Adidas 510 Trailcross Mid Pro. I forgot the Pro. What makes it pro? Hell if I know. So I don't know much about this at all, but I think 510 was an independent company that made some biking shoes. Again, I could be wrong on that, but for like cross-country biking or mountain biking, stuff like that. And Adidas bought them out. Again, that could be bad information, but I think that's what had happened the last time I read about these shoes. And people were kind of criticizing the quality and how it had diminished since Adidas acquired the company. And unfortunately, I have no frame of reference to compare it with. I saw these at Ross Dress for Less. They were a really good price, and I was like, well, they kind of look like something I want to just give a shot. So I put them on my feet, and the thing that caught my eye from the very beginning was the level of traction that it had in the store was unreal. It was kind of like Under Armour Flow, and how it just like completely stopped on a dime. But since trying them on, from that point on, it's been kind of a mixed bag. I had bought these shoes predominantly because I wanted a more rugged shoe to go camping with. Well, I took it camping, and on this particular day, it rained like all the time, and I got these things wet. And unfortunately, they did not dry at all. They just kind of stayed wet and stayed nasty, and there was no wicking of the water or anything. It just kind of stayed nasty in there. And beneath the sole is just straight plastic, like raincoat style plastic that I guess is meant to kind of reduce water from coming in. But I'm telling you, once it's in, it's going to stay in. The next problem I had with it, and I guess I'll take the fault for this, but I usually wear ankle socks pretty much everywhere, with any pair of shoes that I have. And that's what I was wearing with these when I was going camping. And unfortunately, these have some panels on the sides near the ankles that are very rigid, and they were rubbing up against that ankle like crazy, and it left two really gnarly blisters. And I don't really know what's happened with the traction from the moment that I tried it on in the store, but now whenever I'm say on a hardwood floor in our home, it just slides around like ridiculously crazy. There's no grip at all. And where I bought them, the floor was extremely slick tile. It should grip completely fine, but for whatever reason they don't any longer, and I've only worn these shoes a couple times. The shoe supposedly has some cool technology in it. Basically, around the ankle there's supposed to be a liquid that whenever something hits it with force, it hardens up instantly. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. I've seen stuff like that online, but never really within the ankle of a shoe. So who knows if it's a gimmick or not. I don't intend on smashing my ankles to find out. I like the way the boot fits because it's comprised of an elastic bootie on the inside. You just slide your foot into, and it has a really snug fit. And I've got toe spacers in. I'm not noticing really any cramping or anything like that. So it seems like it provides enough room for the foot. It's not like too narrow or anything, and it just gives a really nice snug fit. But make no mistake, it's definitely a boot. You put it on, and the step is kind of clunky. Yeah, there's durability there and everything, but it's just very stiff. Over the last couple of days, the pain in my left heel has subsided greatly. It's really improved, and that's, I think, because I've continued to use maximum cushion shoes and the high arch orthotic with the gel in the heel. But when I put that orthotic into shoes like this, that means I need to take out the existing insole. And with this particular pair of shoes, that's like removing every bit of cushion that you had, and wasn't much to begin with. The orthotic I'm using only extends to the midfoot. It does not go all the way to the forefoot. And so the only cushion I'm feeling is the gel insert within the orthotic, and just a tiny bit in the midfoot. And then that forefoot is got no cushion at all. It's just you're sitting on top of a raincoat suit like plastic, and then your outsole. So it's very stiff. I will say the provided insole that comes stock with the shoe is slightly better than your normal trash insole. Like, you can't flop it around. It's a little bit more rigid, has a little bit more of a foam base to it, but it's still not really nearly enough cushion that a person might need if they were going to be doing some walking in it. But I understand it's mostly a shoe that was not really meant for walking, but more bike riding. And for that purpose, I think it's probably great, because again, you have that gimmick on the side of the ankles. Whether that works or not, it's still there, and it's kind of armor for your ankles, which is nice. And then the toes, the tip of the toes have been rounded off with a harder rubber. So if you have to do any toe drags, something like that, these shoes look like they're going to be able to handle that. And the shoe just has enough rigidity and somewhat of a breathability. I definitely feel as though I will have re-aggravated the plantar fascia after this pair of shoes. And in the next days coming up, I will probably be doing the same exact thing as I move through kind of a review of basketball and other athletic shoes from the point at which they were earliest released to more modern shoes. And so there's going to be a long stretch of time where those shoes are probably going to feel pretty unforgiving. I'm about a minute slower on these shoes for my mile, and that's just a great indicator that the shoes aren't feeling that great, and they're not really giving me any sort of energy return. They're just kind of rocks on feet. It's just the way they're made. It's crazy the difference a pair of shoes can make. In regards to the weight loss journey, yesterday I ate great throughout the day and had everything within proper proportion all the way through the evening. And then late night, I saw leftover pizza from the Super Bowl in the fridge, and it was like 4 really small pieces about the size of just the palm of the hand, and there were like 4 little ones, but I just couldn't help it. I was like, I don't want it to go to waste, so I ate it. And then I thought to myself, I just keep thinking about that weigh-in that's going to happen on Thursday morning. Stupid. I don't know if 7 consecutive days of light walking activity for about 45 minutes a day is going to offset bad choices throughout the week, as it relates to food. That'd be really cool if it did, though. The heel pain has settled down. Whether or not it'll come back this evening, still, we'll find out. Overall, I would not describe these as pleasant to walk, but they get the job done. All right, it's been about 45 minutes. That's it for me today. See you all tomorrow.